Yes, indeed. The Facebook AfroEconomics with JB Bryan page has almost 7,000 people supporting all about the financial empowerment. And I appreciate it. So make sure that as your webinar participants, that you also take advantage of the things that I do on, oh, that's me. Look, it's like making noise. He's still, Eric B and Rakim are still jamming. I was like, is that, where's that? Look, I'm glad I caught on. Y'all would be like, what is that noise going on the whole time? Hi, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody. So we're talking about respecting the grind. Respect that grind. You know, and amazingly so, that I'm telling you that the more you grind, I don't know if you go through that, but the more you grind, the harder it is to get your team, like to get that whole world. Like it's easy, I guess, like your immediate team, that's easy because they're on your team. But to get the world to cooperate with your goal to grind smart and hard and build some wealth, it's not going to be easy. But the trophy goes, look, the trophy goes to those who do Principle 9, persevere. This is the AfroEconomics Member of the Year trophy, the Sankofa Legacy Award. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Mr. Kirkland Dorsey and his lovely wife for being the Member of the Year for last year. Soon, I want to put featured member on the page of like for each month. We should do that. So I was talking to my webmaster about that. So everybody out there that's not a member, you should be a member just because you can one day be the featured member. But thank you. Well, so let's talk about respecting the grind. Even if the entire world does not cooperate, you will bring them to your knees with your determination. Principle 9 of AfroEconomics, determination. How you doing, Mr. Benta? Thank you. Thank you. So let's talk about the time value of money. Now, respect the grind, build wealth is cool, but you know what? From a textbook perspective, we call that the time value of money. But if I said, let's talk tonight about just the time value of money, you would be like, oh my God, she can take that stuff back to UVA, right? But what we're going to do is bring time value of money, because when we say we're grinding, all we're talking about is the time value of money. The time value of money in the little books, when we're talking about it, it's just saying that the dollar you make today is worth more than putting off that dollar for next week. You want to have your money now. Your money now is more valuable than the money that you can possibly make down the road. Because when you have that money now, you can build wealth with it. So that is the time value of money. Because if you have that dollar in 10 years from now, you still only have $1. That dollar is not worth what it was today. 10 years from now, $1 will be worth less than what it is today. Now, some would argue that $1 is not even worth $1. It's not worth it, right? So, but that because of the cost of things that are going up over and over. So if you could have bought, a Cadillac in, 1930, or if they had Cadillacs back then, for $5,000, you can't get that same Cadillac, top of the line, leather seats, whatever the ultimate top of the line for $5,000 brand new, even though $5,000 back then, 50, 80 years ago was, like a lot of money. So if they had said, well, I'll just wait. I know I'm grinding hard, but I'll wait and I'll just get that, $5,000. You can just hold it for me and I'll get that $5,000 from you in 2018. So, you lived really, really long. You lived from 1930 to 2018. And then you're like, oh my goodness, This $5,000 will not buy me a brand new car today. Not the car that you're trying to get. Well, $5,000 will not bring you a brand new anything, especially not a luxury car. So, but it did before you lost your mind and told someone that just wait and give me that back. So what you should have said is, well, invest that for me. There's like a parable in the Bible where the king gets like hugely mad at the person who gets the money that he gives him, and he puts it under a rock, because the king, God is telling us that we have to understand the time value of money. So when the king came back, he said, what? You put it under a rock? You stupid low-life dog. And he took his money and he gave it to the person that had a lot of money. Now, so he was saying, how can you forget about the importance of grinding and building wealth? No, he's just respecting the grind. He said, oh, but king, you worked hard for that. But the king said, yeah, I worked hard for that. That's why I expected you to have the other part, build wealth. He said, well, I didn't know all about that. I just didn't want you to chop my head off. And that's what happens. A lot of us are just living in a place of fear and just grinding, and you're just putting it off. You're putting off the wealth. You're thinking that if I just had this and I put this under my pillow and, I'll be good. But no, you will not be good, because the cost of things is constantly going up. The inflation is real. So let's think how to respect your grind and build wealth. Know how easy it is to grind without building wealth. So you can't respect the grind by grinding without building wealth. They just respect the grind. I'm working hard. What? For what? So you can buy $500 in lottery tickets, or the newest purse, or another pair of shoes that were worth nothing. Like, grind, I'm respecting your grind, but are you building wealth with it? Are you investing? So no, the first thing is I just want you to know how easy it is to grind and not build wealth. So that's why it's grind, respect the grind, build wealth. Don't just grind. We can't afford to do it. You are not going to be able to maintain your lifestyle just grinding, because there comes a time when you cannot grind as hard or want to grind as hard. You grinding hard. I'm maxing out. I'm maxing out every day. I'm maxing out every day so that I can invest every day. Every time I talk to you, I'm making an investment, because I want you to know this firm. I want you to join. I want you to build wealth. I want you to help me build wealth by building your wealth. You know what I'm saying? We move forward together. This is grinding, but it's about building wealth. AfroEconomics is about building wealth, a strategic financial management program designed for the advancement of Black wealth. Matthew chapter 13, verse 12. Thank you, Pastor Andrew. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, for he shall be taken away, that shall be taken away, even that he had. From him shall be taken away, even that he had. That's right. You know what I said? That's look. That is the King's Version himself said that. Look, definitely will take it. They will take it away, and then not literally taken away. But if you can't get the same thing that you got because you didn't understand the time value of money and you were just grinding and not building wealth, then the little you got would just be sucked up into nothingness by one little medical bill because you didn't understand the importance of building wealth and building knowledge and understanding. You didn't watch my Medicare video and understand the difference between gap coverage and advantage coverage and how much those things can impact our money, So building wealth includes building our knowledge, and investing wisely and growing. So we're grinding, but we got to do some wise things with our money, right? So know how easy it is to grind without building wealth. Don't do it. My second point is that I want to respect the grind, build wealth through learning more about investing. Talk to me about your specific investment goals. Make sure that you are investing properly into the investments that you have. I meet people all the time that have no idea what they're doing in their existing portfolio. You should not be talking to anybody about buying anything else until you know exactly what you got. You ever decide, like, I know sometimes I can be going somewhere and I say, there's absolutely, like if I have to do something on television, and I say, I'm sick of spending money. Now, y'all can tell I don't spend a lot of money on my clothes, but I purposely say, I am not going to spend any more money. So I probably have to spend more than the average person, or maybe less, I don't know. But I have to spend money on clothes sometime. And I say, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to find in my closet something that I can wear, because you have to make sure that you are being wise about what you have and that you can be focusing your money on stuff that is going to really grow for you over the long term. Investing, learning more about the investment options that you have is a key point there. Not quite sure how I got over onto the clothes part, but we got there. But investing is what I really have as a key point here, is that we're going to, with our time value of money, to make sure that our $5,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million can be of value to you 10 years from now. We have to learn about investment options. And a first part of that is, and many times, just looking at what your risk tolerance is. And a lot of times your risk tolerance is too low, so you're being way too conservative and not even outpacing inflation. And I hope that you really understand what I'm saying when I'm saying these types of things, because we got to make sure that when we talk individually, that you say, JB, I don't really quite understand what you're talking about, that I could be making money, but I'm not outpacing inflation, but if you are being so conservative and you want everything into the stable value fund of the 401k and it's giving you a 2.5 return, and the cost of prescription drugs on average is going up about 12% a year, so your healthcare expenses are going to continue to go up at a pace, just using that as an example, way higher than your income, your return on your investments that you're going to be using in order to buy these things. That educating your children going up like over 7% a year. So things are really compounding a lot faster than the returns that a very conservative investor is getting on their money. So the value of their money is not growing at the pace that they needed to, just to be able to maintain their style of living. Just maintain. So investing and investment knowledge, the fourth principle of AfroEconomics includes investment knowledge. Being wise, respecting the grind, and building wealth. Respect the grind. We're moving past just grinding. We got that. We're real good at working. We got that. Those of us are good. We grind. But what are we doing with the money that we're making? We want to invest more. And then we want to earn interest. Earn interest where you can, earn interest, and then go past the earning, interest. But see, there's a difference between earning interest and investments. But because your interest bearing, you want that to be for your emergency funds and, for the money that you need to have available within the next year or so. Or just to be able to get access to without having to pay penalties. So or even have to worry about market fluctuations. So could be, your 3 to 6 months of living expenses should be earning some interest for you. If you're loaning money or somebody owes you money, you should be charging interest. That's why credit cards charge you interest, because they understand the time value of money. They understand that they are fronting you money and you got to pay it back. And they said, because we fronted you that money, you got to pay it back big time. Big time. So they're charging you to use your money a lot more than the interest that you're getting on saving your money. So that's why sometimes I see clients that have a lot of money in a savings account, and they'll still have a car payment that they owe, or a credit card balance that they have. So I just have to explain to them that you realize that you're not making on this 0.05% that you're making on this savings account and you're paying over here. You're losing money. You're losing money constantly. So you're paying 9% or 10% interest, and you're only earning, and you have enough money to pay that debt off. We really need to think through those type of things. Time value of money, right? Earn interest, invest. Know how easy it is to grind and not build wealth. Capital gains. Understanding capital gains. That's how we're going to build wealth while we're grinding. We know that assets that we purchase, we want them to gain in value. That's our capital gain. That's building wealth. The asset that goes up in value. So if you buy a share of stock, $200 a share, and the stock grows to $400 a share, you may have an unrealized $200 capital gain. Your house, you buy, a commercial property, commercial real estate. You buy this property, and then the property, or you buy it at $500,000, and it's increasing in value according to the municipality that you pay the taxes to, right? Because you're not selling it yet. So it goes from $500,000 to $750,000 on your tax bill. That $250,000 capital gain. When you sell it, you will pay taxes on that gain. Understand the taxation of everything that you do. Understand taxation. And we're going to continue to talk more about, everything, but understanding, of course, in this, discussion, I can't completely explain to you what everything about capital gains are, and I don't want to. What I want to do is pique your interest on these are the things that we can do in order to respect our grind and build wealth. We need to be looking for interest on our money. We need to be looking for investing our money, and we need to be looking for capital gains on our money, right? And then we need to purchase assets. Purchase assets, not just stuff, right? Purchase things that can increase in value over time. $1 promised in the future is worth less than $1 today because of inflation. That was a point that I wanted to make sure that I reiterate. Our 7th point is work grind is to be directed at wealth development, not just income. So wealth is your assets minus your liabilities. It's giving you your net worth. That's your wealth. So it brings me to my 8th point. Black income is higher. So incomes are going up. You probably make a lot more than your parents made, but that doesn't mean that your wealth is more than your parents' wealth. So income is higher, but black wealth is still struggling. And a lot of it is because of the assets that we're purchasing. We're purchasing durable things like cars and clothes and electronics. They looked at that road to zero wealth that when I covered that in one of our discussions on a Wednesday night, that they discussed, they looked at what we are buying, what we're buying. And they're durable goods depreciate very quickly. So we want to redirect into having our own businesses, a business, reinvesting in your business, building your business. That's purchasing assets. That's building assets up. You're not focusing on just income, right? Income, every dime of it, you have to pay taxes on it. Every dime of your income, you are to pay taxes on it. If you're not, that's illegal. Income is for taxation, but asset appreciation and capital gains, you can defer taxation on that. You can have a stock that grew from a stock price that is 10 times higher. You still could die without paying taxes on it. Yep. That's not going to happen with income. You make $1 million, you got to pay $1 million income taxes. So we have to have an understanding of how this taxation is based on. This country is based on you building wealth. Our unfortunate psychology, we've been socialized to focus on income. But income is cool as long as we know that we have to use that income to buy assets, right? So 9, the faster you get paid, the better. The faster you get paid, the better. So when you have 2 weeks in the hole, who's making money? They're making money on you. They got all of your effort. They got interest that they're making in the bank. You got, some people work jobs where they get paid only once a month. That is crazy. So that's, you got to tell them you work somewhere like that, like, whoa, that's, it gets the time value of money. You're paying interest on stuff all month long. They're making money on your effort, your grind. They're maximizing it all month long or 2 weeks long, whatever. Like, right? They can make money. They can use your effort and whatever it is, the money that they owe, no interest on it. Because you work, isn't that interesting though when you really think about it? But the faster, I don't want to get anybody mad, they go to work like, pay me today. Like, but that's what we have to think about. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about. So the faster you get paid, the better. Right? So, and then a final point I want to encourage you is respect the grind and build wealth. It's not just something to say, it's a lifestyle. It's something that we're doing, but we really don't think about that we're doing it. We got to think about what we think about. And I hope that you're thinking about, I don't want to just be working. I don't just want to be grinding. I remember when I saw a post one time years ago and somebody was like, grind, I've been grinding, and it was talking about, women grinding, and we be doing, you want a woman that grinds, you don't want a woman, it was something like that, and I was like, oh, that sounds so harsh. It just sounds so hard. The whole word grind, like, it's just, ooh. And then, as I've grown and become comfortable with it, I think that it's more of what is missing from it. Just grind hard. Like, what is missing from it? What you do with that. So let's say respect the grind, build wealth. Respect yourself and build wealth, right? Just working and not doing something for you. Just working and not putting anything or, investing in any support for you and your family. I of course, I'm biased on that, but I feel that everybody deserves to be a member of AfroEconomics, and I feel that you should have a team that is focused like you are on your wealth development. There's nothing else like this on the planet, but, let's build it up. Do you. Let's make this happen. Like, let's let you be a part of something. I don't know what God has planned for this, but I know that this is what our community needs. I know that you deserve to have a team of economic support that is about every day pushing you towards your wealth development. That's what we do. That's all we do. That's all I do. You won't see me come post sometime about, let me do your hair. Look, I wonder why not, right? What do y'all? This is all we do. So if you're about wealth development, you want a team, check out the Black Business Summit. A key way to develop wealth is having our own businesses. So the Black Business Summit, the next one is in our Times Square office, 10 Times Square, New York. Absolutely free for members. Anyone who wants to go can go. I even have the online. So if anybody, wants to go and you're listening right now, I will give you a day pass for online. If you want to come in, you'll invest that, but you get an annual membership. We're paying for the day, and you save $100 on the membership for coming into the classroom for the day. But if you want online, this is just for you. Email me at jb@jbbryan.com and say day pass. And I'm going to need your number and your name. So you can't just day pass, it's like, that ain't going to happen. You can have it. And I'll send you the information. But be empowered. No excuses, right? No excuses. No excuses. So they have jb@jbbryan.com if you want a day pass to the Black Business Summit, September 22nd. You will be coming in online. That will be a day pass for online access. But also get all of the information and check out what's going on. Thank you, Dreamer, thank you for your efforts and knowledge. Thank you for the sharing the verse with me, Andrew, because I speak. I don't know where it is, but that's why God gave me Andrew on our AfroEconomics team. Bring the word. And our 2 call-ins. And then we have, it says, some people just call, somebody says Samsung Galaxy, and then some conference calls. That's cute. And thank you all so much. It's just good to see all of you hanging out and sticking in there through the entire session and getting all of it. But if you have any more tips on respecting the grind, understanding the time value of money, the bottom line is make that money today. Don't think about what you're going to make down the road. Make that money today. It made me think about this. Now, y'all just bear with me 1 second. But I was thinking about everybody is putting up a whole bunch of members about their kids going on to college. And I said, nobody puts up pictures of their child that got a job. But I was explaining to one of my clients and that she's in college. And she, so we were talking about, withdrawals for college and things like that. And I was explaining to her that the money that she's investing in college, taking it from her inheritance, that you have to make sure that your college experience is you get a return on this money. Because you're spending, say, near $100,000. And if you're not getting that return on your investment, then you would have been better off working and avoiding that. That's why you see, when you look at the numbers, you have quite a few that you'll see that a Black college graduate does not have much more wealth than a Black person that didn't go to college. And I know when we're talking about wealth, we're not talking about income, we're talking about wealth. Because if your wealth is pulled down when you have that huge debt load from school. So we have to be very careful, because we know that we believe that our education is our only way out. But we have to make sure that we focus on the fact that they're on to you. And the system has now made education extremely expensive. And the access, where our ancestors and the people before us, they were allowing them to get scholarships because of all of the discrimination that still exists, but you're not getting the grants and the loans and scholarships because you're Black and all this stuff. No. So you have to be careful the debt that you're going into, because you still have the income discrimination. So you're not getting paid as much. You're coming out with more debt. We have to really measure what we're doing and make sure that you adjust yourself accordingly of the career that you want. Is this degree required for that, or can I make a less expensive investment in maybe a community college in order to get my career off the ground? In too many cases, kids are just going to college for the fun of it. And it is not fun when you have a $600, $700, $1,000 school loan bill and you can't afford to pay it back, ruining their credit off the bat. So parents, we have to help them through that. We have to help them through that. And, really break it down. Is this the wise investment? Is this the only way for me to get? Because we cannot be ego tripping. Degrees have become like designer clothes for us. We got to move forward from that. We got to move from it. Well, y'all, love y'all. There's my sermon for today. But I really had to share that. That's even in the book. Make sure you get the book. Make sure you get the book. And I have on the knowledge section about being careful with the money that we spend on, because school loans are hurting us big time, stopping us from building our wealth. So go on. The Audible book is available, and it's at audible.com, but it's also, I have it as well. So, and make sure that you, if you have a moment, rate it 5-star. It's not even negotiable. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything, right? But rate it. Yes, indeed. God bless y'all. Be empowered. Once you get the book, make sure you read it. That's right. Once you get the book, make sure you read it. And then enjoy the Audible book as well. I narrated it. Look on the page. You can listen to the preview. Can you see that up on the website right there? That's the preview. And you can, listen to the intro section. Thank you, Dreamer. God bless y'all. Thank you for sharing your evening with me.